Good morning. This is Kunal, and the topic of presentation is augmenting healthcare. I'd be speaking on the topic from slide 10 to 16. So, the topic which I'm going to explain is the detailed scenarios and the descriptions. I'd be focusing on mainly four scenarios: collaborative clinics, which have high public trust but low autonomy. Then there are autonomous front lines, which have high trust and high autonomy. The third is conservative centers with low trust, low autonomy, and at last, black box bands, which is low trust and high autonomy. Basically, the potential ones, but suppressed. This is the timeline of healthcare robotics, and it shows how conservative centers to collaborative clinics, the evolution is taking place in the coming 15 years. Same case for the black box ban to autonomous front lines. The 2025 shows the robotics assistance on the admin tasks, and within 15 years, it has a widespread adoption of collaborative robotics in healthcare, where robots would be doing the preliminary tasks such as vital collections, triages, and basic diagnostics. In the black box bans, there has been a legal public distrust and bans. And in 15 years of time, by 2040, we can see the autonomous robots are being deployed and how trust is being actually built up within 15 years. Collaborative clinics. So, collaborative clinics is basically like the robots are assisting in preliminary tasks and vital collections, basic diagnosis. Ultimately, the human doctor has to be the decision-making authority, which will direct all the decisions. But there is high trust in tech with supervised automations. Uh, the use case classical example is like you're walking into a clinic, the robot greets you, the robot scans you and takes symptom related questions, preparing a report for the doctor. And then you go to the doctor for consultation. Robot even might assist you for consultation and never replace the human judgment, which is supposed to be the decision making authority. Autonomous front lines are where robots conduct full preliminary diagnosis. The AI is trained for vast database sets to make decisions without human oversight. So basically, it's a very high trust model, and regulatory bodies have been permitting the legal full deployment in clinics and at home of robots. Now, the use case we can say is just like, let's suppose you wake up, you're feeling ill, you are having a fever, and you consult a home robo. It scans you, it runs diagnosis, it prescribes medicines to you. There's no human intervention, like no human doctor. The trust is there because it has been certified and widely accepted by that time. So it's like basically fully robot-led healthcare experience. The third part is conservative clinics. So let's just say robots are used only in large hospitals under strict supervision, and they are given non-clinical tasks such as making schedules, entering data, giving appointment, adding and submitting of receipts, and public and regulatory skepticism is still there. There is low trust and low autonomy, so there's a lot of restriction. Uh, Typical use cases like you visit a hospital, a robot helps you to check in, just like web check-in in the airport, and it collects your vitals. All the diagnosis and treatments are handled by humans. Robot seems as a tool, but it can only assist in data like work or in management work, but it is not basically making decisions when it comes to your health. So it's a minimal robotic involvement and tightly controlled one. Uh, the next is black box bans. So black box bans are basically like autonomous robots are being banned because maybe the public has very low trust and there's legal ethical issues. AI is not allowed to make medical decisions at all. Public fears that something might go wrong. So, like, you rely entirely on human healthcare. Robots are absent. They're basically just, even if they're present, they can be used only for cleaning and logistics, nothing more than that. And any attempt of diagnosis made by the robot or AI is strictly blocked by the law, and it is illegal to use them in such cases. Now, the potential is suppressed over here, and the tech exists, but it is facing both legal and social rejection. The next topic which I'm going to explain is intensive approach, which is like collaborative clinics. Why it matters, like basically the patient load is increasing with increasing population in the world and clinical burnout is happening. Basically, the doctor to patient ratio or the nursing staff in the hospital is not adequate enough to assist, and there comes the AI and the robotics, which needs to not basically replace human care, but to assist them to make the task easier or to make it more comprehensive in nature. So here comes the collaborative clinic roles, which I would say enhancing of existing infrastructure. Let's suppose upgrading the current clinics and hospitals with robot support, human in loop designs, which ensures that AI augment decision making, but it is not actually automated. The major supreme decision lies with the human healthcare expert. Training and integration, the investment in clinical training to work efficiently with robotic assistance and AI. So basically, people are like getting taught how to actually use AI, the healthcare specialists, in order to make their work more easy. Key characteristics, as we said, is permissive regulatory environment like government and medical boards giving support to innovation in such fields. And then there is trust building with patients. So basically, transparent systems where AI decisions are being explained and humans are given the authority to override them in case of any discrepancy. Incremental deployment, it is like starting with triage, vital collections, and basically administrative tasks, moving into diagnostics before the report is handed over to the doctor for the final judgment. Now, there's a lot of benefit of intensive approach, like high quality of care, because the clinic will spend more time on critical cases, the cases which actually need doctor's supervision, and the robots can handle the basic tasks like the collection of data, management, administration, or basic vital collections. There has to be a scalable trust where patients and providers build confidence that the robo is actually there to help and support and like make their task more smooth, and like reducing the burnouts. Let's suppose the automation of repetitive tasks lightens the load of healthcare workers, so they can actually stay fresh for the complex cases which come. There needs to be a lot of training, implementation again. Now, I'd say that the intensive path is more focused on robotic integration in existing clinics with human oversight. And collaborative clinics, for example, represents an intensive approach where robots are actually trying to work alongside with humans in a very enhancing care without replacing clinicians or doctors' environment. So basically, the robots are actually trying to enhance our clinical care without interrupting the doctor's review and the final consultation, which is supposed to be the final call. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you.